Callum Reef has an easy job. The world's best like Mr. B. Christmas is a guarantee of safety. All for the fake Santa. Under the escort of military fighter jets, fake Santa holding the reins of the reindeer, start galloping forward. When the horns radiate a sparkling golden light, the neck of the sled slid up, stitching in the middle, and then increasing. The speed is directed towards the North Pole. But they don't know that every action is in the sights of a man. Soon, fake Santa pressed the secret button. An invisible panel is opened here. Is the owner of the fake Santa. This place is full of living beings, legendary objects. The main essence is preparing through this year's birth. Everyone thinks this will be a normal calving season, but at this moment, Callum filed a resignation letter again. Well, over the years, the number of bad children is increasing. Repetitive work has made you blocked and endlessly. Meanwhile, a group of people looking for something at the Arctic. Suddenly a barricade blocking their footsteps. The woman also understands their destination. Is this place? After quitting his job, Callum felt immensely relieved. But suddenly, he found it in his room. Fake Christmas crush. The imitation looks like it just happened. 2. A shootout. Noticing something unusual, he immediately called Dawn. Karma. Only then. I just found out that Mr. Santa is fake. Are indeed missing. Callum hurried to his bedroom. Watching milk spilled on the floor indoors, the big book is opened. It is clear that someone has kidnapped a fake Santa. At this moment, Callum suddenly encountered the Kainizege, broke in, and was about to drive away. He didn't hesitate to jump straight towards him and launch between the roofs. Fortunately, this place has a system of solid car slides. As the gap narrows, Callum jumped up to play grab, get a drone, then landed on the roof of the car accurately. But when he raised his head, Callum pursued the enemy to the border. Thanks to the understanding of the terrain, he woke up and rushed towards the snowy mountains. Immediately a landslide, snow forms quickly swallowed the opponent's car. A plane suddenly flew overhead. Obviously, he won the scheme. The enemy's painted fox. In just a moment, the command room became chaotic. Less than 24 hours left. The other is to give birth, yet they still don't know who the enemy is. At that moment, Director's wise team, Hacklau finally found out. It turns out that the culprit is a hacker named Jack O'Malley. He's already infiltrated the Arctic network, reverse positioning of the base location. He could be a follower, the best watch in the world, a living legend. At the same time, Jack is being woken up by a call after. The drunkenness was that his ex-wife asked him to pick up the child. Because Jack is too old-fashioned, the relationship, father and son, became quite awkward. But when he got home, Jack quickly realized that someone was follow me. So I should watch Jack more. Indeed, someone ambushed the house. Jack and the enemy rush at each other, but they hit low. Jack's fighting ability. When the enemy of the noisy retreat comes, Jack opens the jump window all the time, to the next building. Then follow the drain pipe, water, to escape. But just when he thought he had escaped. Hello, Jack. At the military base, a wooden crate is moved down. Inside is Jack. Soon after, Director Jack claims they belong to an organization that protects the mythical world. Jack didn't know what to do. What are the consequences? But the next second, Jack was forced to believe Jack's words. At that moment, he walked in. But both Britain and Polar Bear's God, Dia didn't trust Jack. However, Jack understands that only Jack can solve this problem. After all, his ability has been recognized. He is also just being attacked by the bee, just taking advantage of it. The good news is that in every job, to avoid being accused of money, Jack always install a code snippet. That code can be traced to against the opponent's UIPP. Jack fastening a fixture on Jack's feet. This is an opportunity for him to make amends. Although he didn't want to. To save Santa, he had to lead Jack into a toy stores. He walked into the warehouse, opened the door. It turned out to be a space portal. Jack was touching the milk when the convoluted rod pulled. He went inside. Just in the tip of his eye, they went to another city. Can put a toy car to the ground and the equipment on no. His hand immediately turned the toy into a real weapon. The scene changes to the woman who is open a wooden box. She carefully took out a crystal ball and put it on a special machine. When the button is pressed, Santa Claus in a glass cage began to be drained of all strength. The sphere emits blue light, dazzling green. At the same time, Courage and Jack to a party by the sea. Jack used the reverse YP to trace the person who had hired him to get the North Pole coordinates, but he always had a group of guards, the one next to him, refusing to listen to Jack's warning, and so on towards him. The bodyguards quickly surrounded him. Obviously, they didn't have good intentions. After defeating the bodyguards, the roughest Courage raised the man up, forced him to reveal who was behind it. The man panicked immediately. But he didn't dare to reveal it, the identity of the person, because he was afraid that the other person would hear what I say. The head of this tight bump is a treasure. He wrote that name out of thirst. Grilla, you idiot. The weather suddenly changes. The man began to twitch his milk, like maybe taken over by someone. The concubine immediately realized the person behind all this is the witch who gave birth to Grilla. It turns out that Santa Claus has a list of spoiled children, different from Santa Claus who always treats fair treatment with socks. Grilla does not accept any mistakes. She always wanted to use the magic orb to seal all the bad children. Thus the world becomes a better place. Suddenly, an ice cream truck old emerges from the bottom. Stubbornness makes everyone look good. Evil doesn't understand what's going on. The three hurriedly flee. The Snow Kings suddenly fell from the sky. After dodging a heart attack, the heap of sprinkles it wasn't enough to turn him on his back. Only Courage can, confronting him on an equal footing. Picking up a chair, backing the Snow King in pairs. But he quickly grafted and stood up. The physical attack is completely null and void. Sprinkle, take advantage of its flexibility full. Straight the Snow King into the BBQ grill. The high temperature made him catch. The head melts quickly. But even though he lost half of his face, he still cannot be destroyed. There is still more than enough strength to knock it out. On the other side, Courage is no better. In an endangered environment. I didn't expect that the cacao root was the core, after all, of the snowman. Meanwhile, Sprinkled was also beaten unusually. He just took the screw tree, punctured the gas cylinder. But before he had time to breathe, another snowman came again. The water immediately froze. Sprinkle hurriedly swam to the shore, but the ankles, his legs were frozen. The snowman is now 30 long with a tall sword. Dew quickly led people to the scene. They discovered the magic trail have just been used in Germany. The concubine was immediately alert. It turned out Santa's brother lives there. The two of them are not naked except to shoot. Return to the toy store. Is there a Wonder Woman statue here? Rain. Hurry up! The two crossed the wing, face portal, and to Germany. At that moment, Shu's ex-wife called. It turned out that the son wanted him to go back first. 7 hours to celebrate Christmas together. So he reluctantly promised his ex-wife. Immediately afterwards he used a toy. Turned out to be a pickup truck. And their next goal is Santa's brother, Krampus. Hundreds of years ago, the two brothers have delivered fruit together for every home on Christmas Eve. But Krampus hates children, so he set up a list of bad and punished children, penalizing them on Christmas Eve. Eventually, the two brothers broke up because of disagreements. Grilla traveled with Krampus to Germany, and at that time, soon, they were at a cemetery. In front of them was a lone gate, the arm of the concubine. Out, green light. The gate was also immediately opened. Appeared a space passage. Can't walk inside. Krampus also had to bite Jiang after him. Inside the toothpick bag, quickly to erect a person. There are also 2 monster guards at the entrance. If you keep it, it turns out that this is hell. Can Rong took out a hook. Ken glanced at the rooster and motioned to the rooster. The chicken understands the meaning. Dexterously sneak away and quickly hit. Strayed from the 2 monsters. But right then, the pile of gold that bound the pages struck Krampus's eyes. He couldn't take his eyes off and stood on his feet. Suddenly, the steel monster in front of the door sounded an alarm. Soon after, Cyclops and the legendary Medusa appear. Do not immediately control. And he took out a gold coin. The 2 unlucky people haven't even had time to meet. Krampus was arrested immediately. They were quickly eliminated, to the presence of Krampus. And he's playing a game, hand in hand with the subordinates. Krampus then took the Count's bracelet and threw it to his subordinates. Courageously asked if he knew Grilla's residence. Krampus replied, Grilla is coming back. This was once before. She took a magic orb, can lock people up and leave, can start to guess purpose of Grilla. But Krampus agrees to be enlightened, return to report the news, and the courage to stay in hell like the price for unauthorized intrusion. At this moment Jiao suddenly suggested, rumor has it that Krampus likes it very much, playing a dozen games. Or extreme fish. If the courage wins, let us both go. And if he loses, he will forever inhale. Hearing this, Krampus happily accepted. The controversies were pushed into a dilemma. Step forward. He was given the first blow. It's a little interesting right after. Krampus in the arm area with all its might. The difficulty of being turned off in the grandmother's place. Jiak Boy Vang ran to help him up. In my mind, I already have a plan. But, at this time, the conduit was exhausted. At that moment. Support us. The scene becomes chaotic. The two of them had already escaped. Krampus angrily smashed his head, robot, but it was too late. Both carry the rooster and shawl. Escape from the space passage. Experiencing life and death this time. Courage began to change his view of enlightenment. It seems that he is not the only one who knows. Think of yourself as rumored. The two decided to cooperate to go find Grilla to handle this. But he accidentally mentioned it. Her name is Grilla. Instantly sensed their location. Can was in a hurry to drive away, but in the middle of the road appeared again, the lone piano. Even more bizarre is that the piano also plays music on its own. The two stepped closer, and saw. On it is a gift box. The sender is Jiak. They opened the box. Inside is a phase ball. Pairs glow brightly red. Neither of them dared to touch it, but at that moment, I received the call from the child to blame me again. The words, can't be with you on Christmas Eve again, he said angrily. If you don't want to spend time with your child, then don't fake the fruit. Crystal Bridge to win this money. Wait, what do you mean? It's this thing, son. Don't touch it. Put it down right away. Seeing this, Jiak did not hesitate to take a picture. Take the crystal ball. A blue light flashed, and he disappeared on the spot. I don't know how long it has passed. Finally came to his senses. The ear suddenly spoke, his son's cry for help. Shocked to realize that he was suffering from, locked in a crystal ball. Become a part of the ministry, episode of The Witch Grilla. At her command, a series of crystal balls are starred. Copy on the production line. They will be sent to the bad kid tonight. On the other side, contact with Zoe. He had guessed where Grilla's shirt was hidden. Think about it. Where can you produce so many crystal balls? Unless she's never left the North Pole. Obviously, everyone has fallen into the trap of the Tiger of the Mountain. To do this, there must be a traitor in it. Fanta's team. In order to avoid alarming her, Can Long and So meet Standard Meat, sneaked in through the back door. But a Lao bodyguard was about to report the news. According to the spring roll machine in Xoe's hand, Santa's body strength are on the move recently. Can Liang remembered that there was still an old ribe under the long-abandoned headquarters. At the same time, the father and son sprinkled the same time, talked calmly with each other. In the face of your rebuke. This time, he did not justify, but admitted, I'm not a good father. He has been absent for many moments. Important when your child grows up. Eyebrows between father and son are gradually dispersed. Suddenly, the sound of broken glass sounded in his ears. The power of friendship has helped the two of them break the V, breaking the confinement of the crystal ball. But now, there is no time for the two. Father and son express their affection again. Sprinkle the lever to destroy the neck of the machine. In front of him immediately. Suddenly. If you can make any. Which toys are honest? Then which one will you choose? Wonder Woman? Here it is. Soon after, Canlum found copper. The team was spoofed by the transformer. People quickly arrive. Take-off area. Rila is squeezing the reindeer, wearing a prep rope. Send crystal balls around the world. Just as she was about to warm up, Canlum led the people to come in time. The two sides began to rush into the bowl. Rila pulled out a bat from her hand, whip hard at the reindeer. Seeing that she was about to escape, the two of them chased after each other. Can also climb on the sled. They tried to sneak in, undetected, but How could this cowardly trick bypass the witch? She just had to wave her hand, knock them both out. Gi had to endure the snowstorm, gradually crawl to the link, follow the iron chain to the target. The lost sleigh, immediate control, and crashed directly into the fence. The black Rila chased him off the bridge. The apartment hurriedly saved Santa Claus out, but his divine power is excessively drained, still unconscious. A loud noise sounded involuntarily. The witch Rila finally, revealing the original form. The two were not afraid but had strength. Man made the match unnecessary. Right now, to save my brother. Crump was also rushed to the scene, but unexpectedly just appeared, were immediately knocked down. The concubine hurriedly rushed over. He then shrunk in size. She quickly kicked the house 100 meters away. Rila squeezed him tightly and was about to throw him off the bridge. In a time of crisis, Rila, that's enough. Shift in. Merry Christmas, Rila. At that moment, reindeer from above, Gao rushed straight into Rila and let her lie down in a pile of fail orbs. An extremely strong attraction suddenly appeared. End of story. Enlightenment is finally happy.
Enjoyed the video? Hit subscribe, drop a like, share with your crew, and let me know your thoughts in the comments. Let's talk movies.